Coming up today here on the Raiders Report, we got some news that everybody from the nation needs to see, in case you haven't seen it yet. And then we're going to talk some juicy rumors, because I want to be able to get into the latest news and rumors around the Raiders, and some of the rumors that we're going to talk about today are very eye-popping stories, reports that you're kind of hearing around the nation. And I'm going to tell you whether it's tuck that, or whether it's just believe it, baby. Let's go to the very first thing, and here's the news that happened today. First off, Patrick Graham coming back for the Raiders chugs. And I were live late last night kind of talking about the Josina Anderson report, saying it's only a matter of time when you hear the vernacular or the terminology that they're already working on a deal. It means that that deal is going to get done. The deal officially did not get signed, from what I understand, until about 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which, I'll be honest, I was already asleep, so this is already a done deal. Rob Leonard is also back, which actually has not been announced yet by the Raiders organization. But I'm telling you this, Rob Leonard is back. And here's the best part. Maybe not the best part, because PG and Rob Leonard coming back is great. But this is again that cherry on top where I talked about it earlier in the week, saying if the Raiders are serious about extending Crosby, watch for them to potentially bring back Rob Leonard. Watch for them to bring back somebody like Patrick Graham. And Max Crosby loves the fact that the Raiders bought these two guys back. So how about this? When you got the news today that Patrick Graham coming back, Rob Leonard coming back, I don't know about y'all. I looked at my phone and I'm just like, let's freaking go, dude. If those news items got you like this, smash that like button right now, 'cause I know this 98 is absolutely loving it. But let's talk about the Raiders rumors here on today's show. Should the Raiders bring back Antonio Pierce? Could the Raiders potentially hire Tom Cable? And then the last thing is Jackson. D impressing the Raiders down at the senior BLL, the question that I keep getting asked on social media, Twitter, Instagram, at Mitchell Renz, 365 since the Raiders are bringing back Patrick Graham and the Raiders are bringing back Rob Leonard, and since Pete Carroll and John Spytek have kind of talked about keeping continuity, does it make sense to bring back Antonio Pierce? This has been a question that I've seen talked about in many different areas, and I'm somebody that's going to sit up here and tell you, this show, the bring back, Antonio Pierce, absolutely, positively not. Tuck rule, Tuck. That if you see anybody out there going, it's smart for the Raiders to bring back AP, I want you to send them this video. I also want you to send them to me, because I'll quickly tell them, it doesn't make any sense, dude. The reason why that it doesn't make any sense is because, yeah, I understand the fact that you brought back PG and you brought back Rob Leonard. But let's be honest, Patrick Graham and Rob Leonard are better coaches, better defensive minds than Antonio Pierce. The other objective for a team in the offseason is to improve in every way. I'm going to be real. Mike Caldwell is a better linebacker coach than somebody like AP on top of that. If you're trying to build continuity, bringing back AP, I actually think could potentially cause division in the locker room, because you're going to have some guys that are going to go, well, that's my head coach, and other teams are going to go, oh, well, that guy's my head coach. So all I'm saying is this, and I have the utmost respect for AP, but at the same time, I'm not doing my job correctly. If I just let things like this slide, AP was somebody that I wanted. Somebody that I wanted to work out for the Raiders, but at the end of the day, bringing back Antonio Pierce is not going to happen. And if it does end up happening, well then, damn it. I don't know what the hell this organization is even doing. I also saw this tweet early this morning from Tosh and Reed, and I wanted to put this out there because it was something that I believe Raider fans needed to see. Carroll has been assisted by GM John Spytek with hiring his coaching staff per sources. That's common in the NFL, but it does not represent a change for the Raiders. Excuse me, but it does represent a change for the Raiders last year. Former GM Tom Tesco was hands-off when it came to former head coach Antonio Pierce filling out his staff. So here are my three biggest things that I want you to take away from that tweet. First, the Raiders are acting like a smart franchise this offseason. The opposite of being a smart franchise would actually be to bring in Antonio Pierce, if that's what Pete Carroll and John Spytek were to do. Also, Antonio Pierce is the one that hired Luke GSY. I don't know how many more times I got to say AP is the one that hired GSY. There's another report that confirms it. So if you're the Raid,